אדוננו ורבנו מלך המשיח לעולם ועד. How is everybody? We want to tell you about a miracle that happened this week. If you read in Sichat HaGeulah, I will send you this brochure of Sichat HaGeulah attached to this video, and this is a story. This person, the Eyal Elkayam from Yerushalayim, he says the following story. He says that his father-in-law got very sick, an older man. He felt very sharp pains in his arm, together with around the area of the heart. Very sharp pains, and so sharp that he had to be rushed to the hospital. And upon getting to the hospital, in which his daughter is working at as well, his daughter is working at the hospital, and her husband, the Chassan, is saying the following story. They understood he has a problem. They checked him out. They scanned him. They did all types of different checkups on him, but they could not find the source of the problem. So he stayed overnight, and then ended up staying for days, and then for a few weeks, still having endless amount of pain and around the heart. And the daughter went berserk. She was just amazed and shocked and so frustrated and agonized. She could not understand. She said to her husband that looking at her father, after the hospital went through a series of checkups on him with the greatest technology, and they had no clue where the source of the problem is from. And as a result, they decided they would have to operate on his heart. And how do you call this in English? Tzimtul. They would have to have an open heart surgery, as well as there's another procedure for the heart. If not an open heart surgery, then the other procedure, because they know the problem is with the heart and they cannot wait anymore, and it's just very dangerous. So the daughter said, "This is amazing. From all the years of my work at this place, I have never seen such a patient that comes in, and all the signs of his sickness are so clear. It's all coming from the area of the heart, and still at the same time, the doctors cannot really determine what the source of the problem is after all the checkups. What can we do?" So the husband said, "Wait a second. Why don't we go to the Chabad house nearby and write the Rebbe?" So they went ahead. They went to the nearest Chabad house in their place of living. I think it's Kiryat Yuval, whatever it is. And they went to the Chabad house and they opened out the book, and it's Kerech Chaf Aleph, volume 21, page 267, 268. Resh Samech Vav, Resh Samech Zayin. And the answer was, the page on the right said, "I have no idea why you have not written me up until now, why you have delayed in receiving the blessings of my father-in-law." Then the Rebbe ends off the letter, but with refuah shlema and b'sorot tovot, right away, with complete healing, speedy recovery, and complete healing. A blessing, a big blessing. Then the page on the right said that you are thinking of operating on your daughter. I don't think it's a good idea, especially because it's summertime, and this has to do with contamination of the throat area, whatever it is. You should look to look for advice with big experts on the subject, but do not operate. And you should make a farbrengen. Both letters, very nice letters, big news, big blessing. Why have they waited until now? They didn't know, and the Rebbe is saying in the first letter, why have you waited until now? So the very next day, the daughter refused the idea of a surgery on his heart, and she called 3 experts on the subject to look at her father, and then they all changed their mind about the surgery, and that very same day they ran a few checkups further on him, and they found out through the back, the spine of the back, that actually all his problem had to do with inflammation in the brain that caused him all this pain that he was going through in his heart and the arms. Well, all came from the brain, and because his heart was functioning well, and they couldn't understand what the source of the problem was. So they decided to give him a certain type of antibiotics, and as soon as he started taking the antibiotics, his problem vanished. Guys, a good vach, a bracha, and atzlacha to all those who participate, and please pass it on. It's a big mitzvah, it's a big zgula for everything you need to hear a miracle story from the Rebbe Mashiach. You should have a good vach, you should have a geula dike vach, which is the Rebbe Mashiach techef miyad mamash. Right now.